It's the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 9. It says, Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. All right, shalom, shalom. I want to give all praises, glory, honor, and power unto Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah Ba'Shem Racha HaKadosh. All right, double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, those who wrote well and who taught me this truth. This is your brother Chagabar, all right? And Lord willing, this will be a quick lesson, all right? Dealing with this whole anti-S shit that's going on, all right? And the notoriety and persecution that's coming to the men of the Lord, okay? To the Israelites, the true Israelites, okay? And that's why I opened up in Matthew, the 24th chapter, because Yahweh Shah was telling the disciples, all right, things that will take place at the end of the world, all right, before his second coming. And one of those things is that we will be persecuted and afflicted, all right, and some brothers going to have to be martyrs for this truth, right? And that's why we know they got all these FEMA camps, they got the guillotines, they got all these things set up, okay? And the point of the matter with this whole Ye and Kyrie situation, okay, is that all they're doing is painting a narrative, all right, trying to lump in Hebrew Israelites with white supremacists and neo-Nazi groups, okay? That's all they're trying to do, man, okay? Because that allows for them, to label us as an anti-Semitic domestic terrorist group, okay? And for us to lump us in with those Nazis, all right? And by doing that, they'll be able to bring up false accusations against us, okay, and persecute us, all right? And, through the spirit, we know that's what's coming, okay? We're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man, okay? Now, this is a tweet that went out by the Anti-Defamation League, okay, which is set up to protect those Jews, okay? It says, we're disgusted by hateful incidents that occurred across Florida this weekend in which white supremacists and anti-Semites from California, Tennessee, and Nevada joined Florida-based neo-Nazi crews for anti-Semitic banner drops, demonstrations, and laser projections, okay? So as you see here, they're putting those two terms as though they're one and the same, okay? White supremacists and anti-Semites, okay, as though they're on the same agenda, all right? They're all, opposed to those Jews, okay? And this is what they're trying to lump us into this group, all right? And that's why when you understand it, they have the whole Project Megiddo, okay, which was a study done by the U.S., the FBI, okay, a report researched going into how, followers of white supremacy, black Hebrew Israelites, apocalyptic cults would be labeled as potential terrorists who might become violent in reaction to the new millennium. See, so as you see, they're painting a narrative, all right, all the way back since that January 6th incident. Okay, you have the white supremacists storm the Capitol, right? And that's when they ramped up the efforts to tackle domestic terrorism, right? And it's only been escalating ever since. You've had the Nick Cannon situation, right? Deshaun Jackson, right? Now the latest is Kanye and Kyrie, okay? So it's no surprise, man. You see, we're not looking at these things as though, oh shit, this is about to be a lot of Israelites gonna come into the truth and this, that, and the third, right? Be that as it may, that may be a offshoot of what occurs, because you're gonna have some Israelites that see that, all right, and get intrigued, right? And may just want to be a groupie and think that this is a fad. But in reality, what the elites are doing, man, is they're setting the stage for these anti-S, labeling us as anti-S so they can lump us in with these Nazi groups, right? And label us as domestic terrorists so that way they be able to persecute us, okay? Because when you go into the word defamation, it pretty much goes into slander, right? So this group is set up to protect those Jews from people slandering them. But in reality, they're the ones who are going to slander everybody else, man. Okay, and you have um this fake Jew, okay, who his name was Harold Wallace Rosenthal, who went into exposing the fact that anti-S is bullshit, man. Right? It says anti-S does not signify opposition to Semitism. Okay, there is no such thing. All right, and it's funny how there's only one nation, okay, dealing with the fake Jews, Amalek, all right, who are of the nation of East Edom, right? It's funny how they make it as though they were the only Shemitic people. Okay, we know after the flood there was Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Okay, but you have more Shemitic nations that came out of Shem besides Edom, man. Right? You have Hebrew Israelites, which is us, the true Israelites. Okay, you had Hebrew Edomites, which are the so-called white men. Okay, Hebrew Ishmaelites, which are the Arabs. Okay, and you had Hebrew Moabites, which are the Chinese, and Hebrew Ammonites, which are the Japanese. Okay, I believe you had those five, right? So we could look into history and look at all the all the hate speech and things done against all of those nations I just mentioned, but primarily the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And when was there ever any uproar and protection given to our people for that? See, no one's ever been as protected as these, as Amalek, man. All right, these Zionists, you see. But then that should show you, all right, who's actually running shit, right? Okay. It says there's no such thing. It is an expression we Jews use effectively as a smear word used to brand as a bigot. So they throw that word out to label you a hater, right? So you had Kyrie repost the Hebrews to Negroes, all right? And any, black celebrity that'll say anything about us being true Jews, all right, the blacks being Jews, now we're haters to everybody else. Now we're haters, and now we're, well, how are we hating, man, when it's just the truth, right? But we understand that those in charge, all right, they're all about perpetuating a lie, right? That's why they go, the word devil goes into a deceiver and a slanderer, man, okay? And their own people expose them, man, and that's what we're reading here. It says, it is an expression we Jews use effectively as a smear word used to brand as a bigot. Like you guys, anyone who brings criticism against Jews, we use it against hate mongers. Okay. So you can't speak out against what these people are doing, man. Right. They can have all these depopulation agendas. Right. Because it stems from the Rothschilds on down. Okay. The Zionist elites. Okay. They can do all these things, man, right? And even come out and say these things, but you can't speak out against it, right? Yet alone profess yourself to be a Jew, right? Which happened during the time of the Greek captivity. Okay, we couldn't even call ourselves Jews, man. All right, but back then we knew we was Israelites, right? This captivity, a lot of our people don't realize that we are Israelites, man, right? This is the captivity where scriptures tell you, the same place it was told unto them that ye are not the children of God. You're not the Israelites. You're not the real Jews. There it shall be told unto you, you are the real Jews. And that's why you had the prophets, the different camps, right? Telling our people, man, we are the true Israelites. Okay, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And because of this, there's going to be a persecution comes because those that are in charge, all right, they don't like the truth getting out. Okay. And so they're going to try to lump us in, with these Nazi groups and white supremacist groups who are actually violent and do shit. Right. but us Israelites, man, we just preach the truth. Now you got some camps that are being infiltrated. Okay. By the opposition. But, for the most part, man, we don't be out there trying to hurt nobody. We don't be putting our hands on nobody, man. We just be trying to spread this truth, right? Freedom of speech, okay? But this shows you that this pseudo democracy, this pseudo open society is nothing. It's not that, right? It's not that at all. But anyways, man, that's all. I just want to touch on that briefly. All right. Because we know what's really coming. And, even with this is going to bring fame, notoriety in a sense to the men of the Lord. Okay. But it's also going to bring that fame, man, because Christians tell you in 2nd Ezra, then shall be known who are my chosen, right? Like people are not going to stop hearing about the Hebrew Israelites, man. Okay. It's only picking up, fame, man. All right. It's really not going to stop. Right. This is how Yahweh Shem Shah's name gets pushed. Okay. And then you got certain men getting spiritual power. Right. And it's going to be so many things going on. And at the end of this, since we're at the end of the world, man, it's about to be crazy. But, with that, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Shem Shah, Wahara Kakadash, Shalom, Wa Baba Ba.